This is Shinomiya's axe, and I'm going to show you guys how I made this. This is lightweight, and the cool thing about it is that it turns on. Boom. Let's get into this.
Here are the electrical components you'll need. Some 3D printed parts and some foam parts for the panel. We're going to start by making the head. Use the checklist as a guide. Pieces will fit together like puzzle pieces. This piece will use a push connector. Insert it into the hole like so. Apply super glue between the seams and join the pieces. These are machine cut XPS sheets, durable, lightweight, and great for big props. You'll need Super 77, a spray adhesive. Do not use contact cement. Put the two pieces together. Then fit them along the 3D printed parts. Lastly, insert the carbon fiber rod. These are all the parts to make the handle part. Use the checklist as a guide. Like the head part, use super glue to join the edges. Some will have square pegs to help align the parts. For added support, use 3/8 or 10mm rod and insert it into the following piece. Here's the handle fully assembled. If you have a soldering tip, you can weld the plastic seams together. You'll glue these two pieces together using Super 77. The foam core will fit snug between the trench line. Attach the foam core using a low temp hot glue. Reinforce the foam core with more hot glue along the seam. You'll need 5-meter 12-volt LED strips. Position the input end like so. Then hot glue the LED strips along the foam core. Cut strip across these ends. Check if the LEDs are still working before proceeding. Connect both wires and use a heat shrink tube or electrical tape to protect the exposed wires. Use electrical tape to make a tip at the end of the wire. and insert the wire along the channel of the 3D printed part. Carefully trim this region of the battery without cutting any wires. It is important to fit the battery in this position so that the black wires can go north along this channel. You'll have to trim and expose the input end. If you don't, it will not fit. The teeth should fit into the grooves of the base of the wire. The red wire or positive wire will go south along the channel through the other side. On the other side, you'll need to remove the support material. Guide the wire around and secure it to the opposite side. This would be your power switch. Attach a 2mm piece of foam on the back for security, then prepare one arm of the switch to be soldered to the red wire. When soldering is done, carefully adjust the arm to a 90-degree bend. Before setting the switch completely in position, solder the positive wire to the other end. The battery may have become undone during this process. Carefully reposition it back. It is important that the wires run along these channels. Use some electrical tape to secure the wires in position. With a multimeter, check if the voltage is outputting 12 volts. If yes, then push the switch off. You don't want the power to be running. Lastly, superglue this cap to secure the charging port. To add panel to the head, we'll begin by masking off the LEDs. I recommend sealing the XPS foam with some wood glue. You can use a blow dryer to speed up the drying process. Using a sanding drum on the Dremel, carefully round all the edges of the panels. Do the same for the panels of the handle. After rounding the edges of the panel, attach the panels using Super 77. For your convenience, the kit will come with our special adhesive back foam for easy application. For this process, I like to line up the hexagons first, then move to the outer edge. It's okay if you have a little misalignment, this part requires patience. Using the backing as a mask, apply Super 77 to the second panel of the head. Do the same thing on the other side. Before adding the panels, make the grip component. Mask off switch and charging port. Similar to before, apply Super 77 to the handle. Then apply the panels. Panels should line up with the 3D printed seam edges. These top panels will be added later and are an option for those that want a detachable head. Finish up the handle by gluing the 8mm grip. The foam for painting by heat sealing the foam with a heat gun. Avoid the edges of the XPS. After heat sealing the foam, there should be a sheen to it. Do the same for the handle. Then it's time for Plastidip.
A few hours later.
After Plastidip has dried, you can mask off the black parts. Spray paint the green.
Hours later.
Adding the vinyl details on the axe. If you're lucky, the vinyl will transfer easy. If you're not, then you'll have to be patient. Here's a tip, instead of pulling on the transfer tape, I like to roll back the transfer tape. The thin font usually gives us a hard time. The blade edge will come in 3 parts. Remove the brim and carefully trim any excess. Sand if necessary. If your kit comes with this hole, you can remove it with a pair of scissors. The part with the hole is the bottom edge. Slide that along the grooves. Do the same for the middle and top portion. If you notice any gaps, you may have the middle upside down. Flip it before supergluing the edges. Finally, we can solder the wire of the handle to the head. Heat shrink or electrical tape the connection to prevent sparks on exposed wires. Those that want the detachable head can use this DC plug instead. For cable management, wrap the 2 wires together, then connect the head and the handle. The panels from earlier will fit seamlessly. The bolt is threaded and will secure the panel to the app. The panel can be removed if you need to access the battery later.
Alright, so that was a long tutorial, and we heard your feedback on the other tutorials because we were trying to keep it under 10 minutes. So if you like this longer format video, let us know in the comments down below. Your feedback is very valuable and we'll take that into consideration. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button because that helps this video go promoted. What else do I want to say? Subscribe if you haven't already, and much love until next time. Peace!